Hey, brandpreneurs, this is Allie Craig, and let's talk about, how to know you. Honestly, one of the simplest topics, but yet one of the most complex topics as well. The truth is that we all come into this world on many levels knowing who we are and knowing what we're about, but we just don't know how to express it. But then by the time we know how to express it, we don't know who we are, what the great conundrum of life is. Well, if you're feeling right now, who in the world am I? Let me share with you a couple ways that I use to get brands on track when it comes to wondering who they are and what they're about. Number one, you just got to rediscover you. You got to go back to those earliest memories because where the confusion's lying in is the fact that life has happened, relationships have happened, lessons have been learned either properly or improperly, and social stories are at play. So, number one, go think back to the earliest memories you've had in childhood, good, bad, or ugly, whatever they are, write them down. Think about what in the world you used to do as a kid. What did you love to do instinctually? What made you happy, even if maybe it didn't make other people happy? Then, as you progress throughout your life, thinking about this, go in about 5 year segments if possible, and you're going to begin to see a theme of really kind of who you are, who you are. Not who society wants you to be, not how your parents want you to be, your grandparents, your mom, your dad, brother, sister, anyone else wants you to be. You're going to begin to discover really what you're about. Then, once you kind of have a general roadmap, it's time to start testing. It's time to start trying this as an adult in a new way. If you love to do mud pies, why in the world did you love to do mud pies as a kid? Was it because you loved getting your hands dirty? Was it because you loved helping other people and in your mind, hey, a mud pie is something really delicious to eat? Whatever it is, when you understand your why behind why you were doing it, you can begin to replicate those whys in your adult life, all beginning to understand who you are and what you're about. Then, once we kind of have that inkling of an idea, guess what? We can begin to think about what in the world is that burning passion. Because you know it, just most of us hide from it because we're scared to get death to get that burning passion out there. And once you begin to find that, that is your soul fire. You're finding the spark to your soul fire. And how do we go from there? That's where the fun really begins. That's where the adventure really begins. To know, do you want to make this into a business? Do you want to make this into a nonprofit? Do you want to find an organization that already does something similar? How does this look in your life? The great thing is that it's an evolutionary journey, and so are you. And it doesn't matter if you don't have the perfect words or the perfect summary of who you are right now in this moment. You're not meant to stay the same. That is not the roadblock to you not getting out there and you not being successful, or at least it shouldn't be. Once we understand really what are the main motivators and drivers for you, aka that common red thread, aka what you've always instinctually loved to do since you were a kid, you can build a brand simply on that and have all the rest of the pieces be all a bit fuzzy and still have a wildly successful brand now, as well as when the clarity comes in the future of who you are and what you're about. It's all about the right positioning. So, discover you, self-discovery, and really understanding who you're about and continually learning and growing and knowing how you're evolving is something that isn't just for you as good personal self-development. It is the smartest thing you can do when it comes to building your relationships, building your brand, and in turn, building the legacy and influence you're looking for.